Good morning, students. Here, Mrs. Neelam Jain from SCAM Public School. Your online classes of physical education during lockdown. Students, today I am going to teach you chapter number 5, that is doping. In my previous video, I have taught you about this concept. Doping, it is the word used in the field of sports to refer to the situation when athletes are prohibited substances or methods to unfairly improve their sporting performance. In general terms, doping is the use of performance enhancing substances or methods by athletes to gain an advantage over their competitors. In fact, some athletes take illegal substances to enhance their performance, and this activity is known as doping. Then I have taught you about performance enhancing substances. Then classification of doping, that is performance enhancing, and second is physical method. In performance enhancing, I have taught you in the previous video performance enhancing substances, in that stimulants, anabolic steroids, peptide hormones, beta 2 agonists, narcotics, diuretics, all these I have taught you. Now today it's the turn of here physical methods. Here physical methods include here blood doping, chemical and gene doping. In physical methods, we are going to discuss here. First is here blood doping. So according to WADA, the misuse of techniques or substances to increase one's RBC, red blood cells count in blood doping. Athlete's blood is taken a few weeks prior to competition and is frozen until 1 or 2 days before the competition. When it is injected into the athletes, the procedure is known as here autologous blood doping. So blood doping is defined by World Anti-Doping Agency, in short it's WADA, as a misuse of techniques or substances to increase one's red blood cells count. Usually 2 units of athlete's blood is taken some weeks prior to competition, then the blood is frozen until 1 or 2 days before the competition. When it is injected into the athlete, this is known as autologous blood doping. Homologous blood doping is the injection of fresh blood taken from a second person straight into the athlete. By increasing the number of red blood cells, the oxygen carrying capacity to the muscles is increased, so the muscle endurance is increased, which ultimately enhances the sports performance. Use of artificial oxygen carriers is also a second method of blood doping, which involves the use of artificial oxygen carriers. Hemoglobin oxygen carriers are chemicals or purified proteins which have the ability to carry oxygen. These are helpful in enhancing aerobic capacity. Another procedure of blood doping involves the injection of artificial oxygen carriers. Hemoglobin oxygen carriers are chemicals or purified proteins which have the ability to carry oxygen. It enhances aerobic capacity. Blood doping increases the number of red blood cells RBC, hence the oxygen carrying capacity to the muscles is increased, thereby enhancing the athlete's performance. World Anti-Doping Agency WADA के द्वारा ब्लड डोपिंग को लाल रक्त कणिकाओं की संख्या में वृद्धि करने के लिए विधियों या पदार्थों के गलत प्रयोग के रूप में परिभाषित किया जाता है। प्रायः खेल प्रतियोगिता से कुछ सप्ताह पहले एथलीट के रक्त की 2 यूनिट ले ली जाती हैं। उसके बाद रक्त को खेल प्रतियोगिता से 1 या 2 दिन पहले तक रक्त को बर्फ के रूप में जमाकर सुरक्षित रखा जाता है। फिर इसे एथलीट के शरीर में चढ़ा दिया जाता है। इसे ऑटोलोगस ब्लड डोपिंग के नाम से जाना जाता है। हीमोलोगस ब्लड डोपिंग के द्वारा में दूसरे व्यक्ति के शरीर से ताज़ा रक्त लिया जाता है तथा एथलीट के शरीर में सीधे ही चढ़ा दिया जाता है। लाल रक्त कणिकाओं की संख्या में वृद्धि करके मांसपेशियों को ऑक्सीजन पहुंचाने की क्षमता में वृद्धि हो जाती है। इस प्रकार मांसपेशीय सहन क्षमता मस्कुलर एंड्योरेंस बढ़ जाती है, जो अंत में खेल प्रदर्शन को बढ़ा देती हैं। कृत्रिम आर्टिफिशियल ऑक्सीजन कैरियर्स भी ब्लड डोपिंग की एक दूसरी विधि है, जिसमें आर्टिफिशियल ऑक्सीजन कैरियर्स के प्रयोग को सम्मिलित किया जाता है। हीमोग्लोबिन ऑक्सीजन कैरियर्स रसायन या स्वच्छ प्रोटीन होते हैं जिनमें ऑक्सीजन ले जाने की योग्यता होती है। ये व्यक्ति की एरोबिक क्षमता को बढ़ाने में सहायक होते हैं। So this is about physical method, that is blood doping. Then other is gene doping. Student, gene doping प्लेयर के शरीर के खेल प्रदर्शन को बढ़ाने के लिए कोशिकाओं या जीन्स का जोड़ तोड़ या तिकड़म मैनिपुलेशन है। संशोधित या परिवर्तित जीन्स तीव्र गति के साथ प्रतिक्रिया करने तथा शारीरिक शक्ति को बढ़ाने में योग्य होते हैं। जीन डोपिंग जीन थेरेपी के सिद्धांतों पर आधारित होती है। जीन डोपिंग की प्रक्रिया भविष्य में एथलीटों द्वारा प्रयोग की जा सकती है। इससे सामान्य स्वस्थ कोशिकाओं के कार्य को बढ़ाने का प्रयास किया जा सकता है। जीन थेरेपी मांसपेशियों और अस्थियों यानी कि बोन्स की जो स्ट्रक्चर की वृद्धि और विकास में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभा सकती है। ये मांसपेशियों, कंडराओं या लिगामेंट्स आदि की चोटों की मुरम्मत भी तेज़ी से कर सकेंगी। देन gene doping, it is the manipulation of the cells or genes to enhance the body's sports performance. Modifying genes enable faster reaction and increase physical strength. It is based on the principles of gene therapy. Gene therapy may play a vital role in the growth and development of hair, musculoskeletal structure. It will speed up the repair of the injuries of muscles, tendons and ligaments. Then prohibited substances and methods. The substances and methods which are banned or prohibited from use in sports are called prohibited substances. WADA is responsible for maintaining and updating these substances and methods annually. If the substance or method is being used by the athlete for therapeutic use, he will take the permission from concerned authority. In this case, the physician has to verify that athlete would face vital health problem without drugs. There are some substances which are banned or prohibited only during the competition, whereas banning others depend on the method or technique of administration, such as inhalation, taking tablet or injection. A substance or method is added to the list of prohibited substances and methods if it enhances the sports performance or damages the health of the athlete or violates the spirit of sports. In case any athlete takes such substance for therapeutic use, he or she will have to apply to the International Federation for exemption, and it must be verified by the physician in order to be accepted. Here many points can be here true. The athlete would face vital health problems if or she doesn't take such drugs or substance. There is no other suitable alternative, so alternative to that drug. There is no considerable performance enhancing benefit. Then prohibited substances and methods. स्टूडेंट्स, जितने भी ये जो प्रोहिबिटेड सब्सटेंस है, प्रतिबंधित पदार्थ और विधियाँ, वो पदार्थ या विधियाँ होती हैं जिनका खेलों में प्रयोग करना अवैध व प्रतिबंधित होता है। वर्ल्ड एंटी डोपिंग एजेंसी वाडा इन पदार्थों और विधियों के अपडेटिंग और दावे से कहने के लिए वार्षिक रूप से उत्तरदायी है। कुछ पदार्थ ऐसे होते हैं जो केवल प्रतियोगिता के दौरान ही प्रबंधित होते हैं, जबकि अन्य तकनीक या विधि की व्यवस्था जैसे टेबलेट, टीके या श्वास के साथ इन्हेलेशन पर निर्भर करते हैं। एक पदार्थ या विधि को प्रतिबंधित पदार्थों या विधियों की सूची में शामिल कर लिया जाता है यदि वह पदार्थ खेल प्रदर्शन को बढ़ाने में सहायक होता है या खिलाड़ी के स्वास्थ्य को किसी प्रकार की हानि पहुंचाता है या फिर खेल भावना स्पिरिट ऑफ स्पोर्ट्स का उल्लंघन करता है। यदि कोई खिलाड़ी ऐसा पदार्थ अपने उपचार के लिए प्रयोग में करता है तो उसे छूट या माफ़ी के लिए अंतर्राष्ट्रीय संघ को आवेदन करना होगा तथा ये डॉक्टर के द्वारा सत्यापित भी होना चाहिए। इसको स्वीकार करने हेतु कुछ पॉइंट्स सही होने चाहिए कि एथलीट को मुख्य स्वास्थ्य समस्याओं का सामना करना पड़ेगा यदि वह ऐसी दवाई या पदार्थ को नहीं लेता, उस दवा या पदार्थ का उपयुक्त विकल्प ना हो, इसका कोई खेल प्रदर्शन को बढ़ाने में महत्वपूर्ण लाभ ना हो। और प्रतियोगिता के दौरान पहले या बाद में हमेशा प्रतिबंधित पदार्थ यानी कि प्रोहिबिटेड सब्सटेंसेस की जो लिस्ट है, फर्स्ट इज़ एनाबॉलिक स्टीरॉइड्स। जैसे कि ड्रोस्टानोलॉन, मेटेनोलॉन, ऑक्साड्रोनोलॉन, टेट्राहाइड्रोजन स्ट्राइनोन, THG और स्टेनाजोलोल आदि प्रतियोगिता के दौरान और बाद में भी प्रबंधित होती हैं। ये इसलिए प्रबंधित होती हैं क्योंकि ये प्रदर्शन के स्तर को बढ़ाती हैं तथा खिलाड़ियों पर इनके बहुत हानिकारक प्रभाव पड़ते हैं। Anabolic steroid. Anabolic steroids such as I have told you the some names of the here anabolic steroids, that is drostanolon, metanolon. These are prohibited during in and out of the competition. These are prohibited because they enhance the performance and have serious side effects for the athletes. And second, it is peptic hormone. Peptic hormones such as erythropoietin, human growth hormone, insulin, human chronic hair, gonadotropin and adrenolcorticotropic hormone are banned because they increase muscle growth and strength and the production of red blood cells to improve the blood's ability to carry oxygen. They are prohibited in and out of the competition. So insulin, HCG, adrenocorticopic hormone, these all are prohibited substances. Then beta-2 agonist. Beta-2 agonists commonly prescribed for the treatment of asthma are prohibited in sports during in and out of competition. Endurance athletes who dope themselves with beta-2 agonists do so in an attempt to enhance their respiratory efficiency. Then diuretics. Diuretics such as dextran, diuretics and probenecid etc. conceal the presence of prohibited substances in urine or other samples. They are prohibited because they help athletes in gaining an unfair competitive edge. They are also banned in and out of competition. And beta 2 agonist, I have told you about this. These are used to enhance the respiratory efficiency. And number 5 is hormones and metabolic modulators. These substances are prohibited because they interfere with the function of estrogens or female hormones and are often used in the treatment of cancer. Tamoxifen, clomiphene are examples of these hormones. That is tamoxifen and clomiphene. Methods prohibited at all times or in and out of the competition. This blood doping, its reason and example. Students, you will read this. Then substances prohibited in competition. Prohibited substances in competitions are stimulants. Student, in this methods prohibited at all times or in and out of the competition. First is blood doping. Blood doping, it is a method to increase the count of red blood cells. Autologous blood doping and homologous blood doping are further two methods of blood doping through which the number of red blood cells is increased, which ultimately enhances the oxygen carrying capacity of an individual. Using artificial oxygen carriers is also a second method of blood doping in which some chemicals or proteins increase the ability to carry more oxygen to the muscles. All these techniques are prohibited. Second is gene doping. Gene doping plays a significant role in the growth and development of musculoskeletal structures. It is also prohibited in all times in sports. Third is chemical and physical manipulation. To tamper or an attempt to tamper with the validity of samples collected during doping controls is also prohibited at all times or in and out of competition in sports. Then there are some substances prohibited in competitions. Students, we will learn about these topics, substances prohibited in particular sports. Then responsibilities of athletes, again, and anabolic steroids, side effects of prohibited substances. Till then, stay alert, stay healthy. Presented by Mrs. Neelam Jain. Students, stay alert, stay healthy, mask yourself, take proper care. Thank you. Have a nice day. God bless all of us. Thank you.